right, ladies and gentlemen, hello. I'm John Gray, and it's just plain living, and that's how I'm doing it.
You're doing it good, John. Thank you. I'm Peggy Burton. Good morning.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm okay.
Great weekend this
It
past
was a
weekend.
great weekend at South Jackson Civic Center, and I'd like to say to the people that support the fine arts and the other jazz and you name it, we appreciate you coming out this weekend because it was top of the mark, just as good as anything we've ever seen.
John Cook, Jim Fuller.
happened?
It was Jazz on
Jazz
Jackson.
on Jackson,
Yeah.
John Cook was a monster. Absolutely. I've never heard the guy play that well. He plays well all the time, but he was into that jazz deal, and it was just, I don't know that I've ever heard anybody play as well as he played. He could have played on any stage in the world playing like he played the other night.
It was awesome, yeah.
Phenomenal.
When I turned this jazz show this year over to Robert Hires, I've known Robert forever, and he is a phenomenal genius on the piano, and I knew that we would have one of the best jazz shows ever because Robert, like me, knows how to recognize his talent. I like to feel that way.
Yeah.
And I knew he'd put together a stellar group, and they were.
They were. It was great. Great fun.
Very nice.
Great fun. And speaking of, I'm gonna bring this right now because we're talking about creative people. Our producer Philip Scoggins found this, and we're gonna play this. This is a young man placing his order at McDonald's,
Oh, okay.
and it's amazing. Let's roll that, Philip.
I have a complicated order.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Well, I want a number 6 supersize with a Sprite and large fries. Mustard ketchup only, please. But don't you forget that cheese. I got a sweet tooth, but I'm in a hurry. Can I get one Big McFlurry? Give me one of them sprinkled with some M&Ms. I'm feeling them, excuse me, ma'am, but baby, can you tell me, did you get that? Was it too fast? Cause I don't wanna have to come back, no. To the drive-thru, to the drive-thru. Can you hear me? Am I coming in clearly? Cause if it's Mickey D's, then please, I'm grabbing it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. Did you get that?
Yes, you wanted a number 6 supersize with only mustard and ketchup with a large Sprite and an M&M McFlurry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love that.
Isn't that great? And the thing about it is the girl inside got
she
it.
got it. She got it. Yeah.
So I just think
that's a wonderful commercial.
Well, it's not a commercial.
It's not a commercial.
That's just
that's
YouTube.
just a YouTube?
That's some kids
Well,
that
if
went and did that. And somebody filmed it.
McDonald's doesn't buy that and pay them $50 bazillion, they're crazy as a loon. That was awesome.
That's just like some
Well,
local
it's probably
kids went and did that.
It's probably went viral on YouTube, so it's probably got 1 million views for nothing.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
McDonald's has got a big deal out of that. For
Yeah.
nothing.
You know, back when
that's
we
true.
were talking about the weekend, I don't want to overlook Sunday afternoon matinee, and we're going to show some of that, I think,
We're
today.
going to show some of both
And that
of
was
them.
Lisa Maurer and Susan Mullen and Mimi Nelson, and they were doing classical music. It
The
was
Chambermaids.
wonderful. They were sensational.
Yeah.
Anyway, we
So-
have a lot to offer
So
at South
now
Jackson.
that leads us, Mr. Fuller, right into the teeth of the matter.
Is
What about football?
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure whether we were going to the presidential inauguration or football.
Oh, we're going to football.
I'd say football is a surprise for most football fans that who's going to end up in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
San Francisco, Baltimore. Who'd have thought? But
Well, I saw something that was funny yesterday. It was on Facebook, and it was a picture of a stadium, and there was Eli Manning in a seat
I saw
and
that
Peyton
as well.
Manning in a seat, and there was a seat empty in the middle, and they said, "Hey Tom, we saved
saved
this
you a
one for
seat."
you."
Yeah, because probably 2 months ago, they would have thought it'd been down to those three. Probably.
Right. And the Harbaugh brothers are coaching against each other.
I bet that's
in
the first
Super Bowl.
That's probably the first time
That's-
this has happened. And
First
That'll
time
be a
that's
first.
happened, and just think if they each would have had a Manning as a quarterback.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness,
It
wouldn't that
could
have
have
been
been-
cool?
brothers
yeah.
and brothers.
Brothers
playing
and
against-
brothers
what kind of
against-
PR does that do for the NFL? I mean,
Oh,
you know,
huge.
Yeah.
The NFL is dying for Peyton and Eli to play each other in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dying for
that
it.
would be
It would
really
be,
big.
It would be an explosion.
Yeah.
It'd be worth so much money.
Right. Yeah, and because both of those are Eli and Peyton, both are such unique individuals. They don't get in trouble. They don't do crazy
No,
stuff.
They're just nice guys
Yeah, you know,
that play
and,
really good football.
Have you seen the new, speaking of sports, have you seen the new Nike ad with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy?
I haven't seen
I don't
that.
believe I've
I haven't
seen it
They're
either.
hitting, they're hitting golf balls out on the range, and they both hit one to the green, and it hits the flag and jumps away, and then they start in a competition. And Tiger hits one, and the guy's riding picking up golf balls on the machine, and knocks it into his Coke. And then Rory hits one, and it goes into somebody's office, into their glass. And then they start back and forth doing this stuff. And then it shows a wedding where people are sitting at a table, and they're hitting tee shots, and golf balls are dropping in the glasses,
glasses?
on every table. And then it shows them again, and Rory reaches down to get his drink of water, and he picks it up, and there's a golf ball in it, and he looks over at Tiger and goes, "How'd you do that?" Tiger says, "You'll learn." It was just
yeah.
it's a great ad. So I'm glad to
That's
see
cute.
I'm glad to see Tiger back out there making a little money. The poor fella,
Yeah, I
he
am
lost
too.
his endorsements,
Starving to
and
death.
Starving to death. So maybe.
Yeah, but you know, Tiger honestly has made a comeback in the last
Yeah.
couple of years. He's
Well,
doing,
sure he has.
You know, he weathered the storm.
We forgive our heroes.
Yes, we do. You know, and
I
Courtney.
mean, Ray Lewis.
Oh yeah, look
Ray
at where
Lewis
he was.
supposedly murdered a man.
Right.
You know, and he's the hero of professional football.
Absolutely. You know, I saw the other day where Tiger, I don't know whether this is true or not, but it was in the National Enquirer, so it must be.
Oh,
of course.
yeah, that makes it true.
Actually, the National Enquirer is right a lot
Most
of
of the
times.
time, yeah.
When you think that's crazy and they end up being right.
Yeah.
But they claim that he offered his ex-wife, I think her name is Elin, $200 million if she'd come back to him.
Wow.
And
I think I'd go
he
back.
gave her $110 million in the divorce.
In the divorce.
And
she bulldozed his house.
Yeah.
yeah, but apparently she countered with, "Okay, I'll do it for $200 million," and except there's a $350 million in the prenup, $350 million if you ever cheat again. And supposedly he's accepted those terms, and they possibly
Sounds pretty good, yeah.
might get back together, according to.
So it's
The
nothing to
National
do with
Enquirer.
love, just all about money.
No, it is love that forces a man to do crazy stuff like that. I mean, he might have.
He's gonna give her $200 million, and then
If he
pony
cheat-
up $350 million if he strays.
if he strays. But
Oh,
you know,
my
he can
That's
afford.
pressure right there.
That's pressure.
You think a 10-foot putt to win the Masters is pressure? $550 million if
Whoa.
you go out one time.
Oh my goodness.
That's pressure.
Goodness. But you know, he can afford that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
so-
can. He can do that.
He may not after this year's taxes hit him.
Yeah, well, we talked about last weekend. There's other things happening around. We got some stuff going on. The groundhog ball's coming up. We have somebody from Keep Coffee County Beautiful that's going to be here today and talk about that. And Kitty Shukla's going to be
She's
here.
coming to talk about Diamond Studded Evening.
Diamond-studded evening,
Which is
and-
coming up weekend after this, I
It's
believe.
it's next. It's
There's a lot of stuff going on.
first weekend in
Always,
January.
Manchester Arts Center, I don't think they're going to be on the show today, but they're doing Midsummer Night's Dream, I believe, this weekend. And other places are doing things, but I don't happen to know about it.
And I think they cast the play.
South Pacific
has been cast, but then coming up before that, of course, is You're Perfect. I
Oh,
Love You Now Change.
And that is supposed to be the funniest thing ever. So
Which,
we
I
all
bet
need
it
to go
is.
and get a good
Funny show.
laugh.
And we have Miss Jennifer Amacher on here today.
All right.
And she is the Tullahoma City Coach Director. And we're going to pin her down on some stuff and make her answer those questions
But everybody wants to ask, and nobody wants to answer.
Nobody wants to ask. No, she's here to promote a new sign program.
Oh, good.
That they have, and that's what she's here to do. So we're going to stay on subject and try not to get either one of us in trouble.
Okay.
You know, I'm proud of the city administrator Jody and the board of mayor and aldermen.
Doing great
because
stuff.
Jennifer really deserved to be in that job, and they.
She's done it for 13 years.
She had the credentials, and she was doing it anyway. So, you know, I think it's pretty cool. But
it's very cool.
Yeah.
Plus, she's forward thinking. She's got some great ideas, and she brings some new stuff to the table.
And she must be pretty intelligent because she's married to Jeremy Armarker, and
my goodness.
he's a really great guy, you know. And if she's smart enough to make that choice, you know, she's probably smart enough.
Well, he was pretty smart to grab her.
3 beautiful kids.
That's right. That's right.
Let's don't give him all the credit.
Yeah. So that's sort of what's going on here today, and we hope that you stay warm out there because it is cold, and it's going to get colder.
That kind of scares me. So I wore lots of clothes today. How about you?
Yeah.
Well, after all, it is wintertime, so it's time for that.
Well, it was supposed to get 4 last night. I don't think it got as cold as they thought. Well, it's supposed to be 12 and feel like 4.
Well, it's what now? 28 or 9, or maybe?
It's not supposed to. The
sun's out.
Yes, but it's not going to get out.
No, it's probably about 20. Wouldn't you think?
But the important thing is, right now we don't have a big wind chill going on, so it's not so bad.
No, but it's supposed to be about 17. This is Tuesday. On Tuesday night, then it's going to warm up to the latter part of the week.
Good.
Warm up to snow.
I'll work on that.
And sleet.
All I have to do is go out and buy $900 worth of cat food. Then we're good.
$900.
You might buy yourself some food.
You never can run out of cat food.
Oh, I thought you were talking about putting it on your driveway.
No.
That'd be cat litter.
Cat litter.
Yeah.
All right.
I did that on my front step. I put that on the steps of my office one time. You talk about making a mess inside.
Yeah.
It keeps the ice off of it.
But it's a mess.
Yeah,
You're right. It's a
It
mess.
swells up like biscuit dough.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Gross.
Folks, we'll be back after these messages.
It's nice to see familiar faces while enjoying great Sears low prices at your locally owned and operated Sears hometown store in Tullahoma and Shelbyville. Mike and his crew are a premier dealer where you'll find great Sears quality and availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. Featuring Craftsman tools with Sears' famous lifetime warranty, Craftsman lawn and garden equipment, 10 major appliance brands featuring Kenmore, Electrolux and Whirlpool, Sealy bedding, Kenmore and Dyson vacuums, Nordic Track and Soul Fitness equipment. And if it's not on our shelves, it's available online at Sears.com with free shipping to either location. Sears Hometown Store in Tullahoma and Shelbyville. We're right in your neighborhood.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, we are pleased to have with us, joining us on the set now, the new Tullahoma Codes Administrator. I guess that's your official title. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Jennifer Armarker, who we were talking about, her husband being such a nice guy and all this kind of stuff, and how lucky you were. You'd agree to that, I'm quite sure.
I would, yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. You've been in your new job now, I know for the last 15 years you've kind of been running things up there, but you've had the official title for about how long now?
I got the official appointment on December 10th.
Oh, okay. So I suspect that you must have started in that job, working in that department when you were, what, 10?
I was 12, yes.
12, yeah, okay. All right, okay. What exactly does your job as codes administrator, what does that entail?
Our department is the Planning and Codes Department. We do development, construction, building permits, codes enforcement, all the building inspections, Planning Commission, the Board of Zoning Appeals, the Historic Zoning Commission is through our department.
Okay. And I assume if it's planning and codes, when somebody's building a new home, they have to submit stuff to you.
They go through the whole permit process with us and then pull their permit and go through the inspection process to the final occupancy of the home or the building.
Okay. So when things are booming, you're busy.
We are busy, yes.
Okay. And that wasn't something, I know you've been there a long time and probably know everything there is to know about that office, but you actually had to take some more college courses to be able to get the qualifications that you need to do that. Is that correct?
Yes. I'm always continuing education, and I'm part of the Tennessee Planning Association, so I do continuing education with that all the time, and I'm still continuing to finish my bachelor's degree.
Oh, okay. You have to be pleased with that because you don't often see women in that sort of job.
Absolutely, yes, I am.
Well, we're awful proud that you are, to
Thank
tell you
you.
the truth.
Thank you.
And so you're certainly deserving of that, I'd have to say, and everybody would agree with that. You got a new program coming up that you're working on right now. Tell us a little bit about that.
We do. It's called the Tullahoma Sign Sweepers, and it's just to get Tullahoma, make it a little more beautiful with our littering of signs on our right-of-ways and our light poles. We just have one codes enforcer in our office, so it's impossible to keep up with. We take up signs, and then the next day they're put right back out. So we decided to try a volunteer program and get 2 volunteers, hopefully to get at least 2 volunteers in each quadrant of town, where we could train them on what signs are litter, how to take them up and log it and bring them to us. And so we've had a really good turnout. We've got 8 volunteers, and we're going to have a training program with each volunteer at the end of this month, and then hopefully get it rolling.
I don't guess I realized that enforcement of the sign ordinances fell under your jurisdiction, but that's got to be something that takes up a lot of time in itself.
It does. It seems to be a lot worse in the summertime or spring with yard sale signs. They litter up the roadways quite a bit. So we're hoping to see that this really helps keep Tullahoma beautiful and keeps us up on it.
I think this sign initiative is something that you actually thought of, wasn't it?
Well, actually, it was a citizen was calling in. This citizen, we counted on a lot to tell us where some signs were, so that we could go clean it up. And they told us about another state that had this program. So the administrative assistant and I, Nina Abbott, we did a lot of research and speaking with our department, and we decided it would be a great fit for Tullahoma. So up to this point, it seems to be working well for you. It does, yeah. We're gonna get them on the road and helping out, hopefully in February.
You mentioned that a lot of times you go pick up signs that are placed illegally, and then they're right back there the next day. So
absolutely, the hailstorm we had was a good. All the contractors came from out of town and were putting signs up all up and down Jackson Street. We would take them down and they'd have them back out the next day. So it's hard to keep up with.
I hadn't even thought about that, but you were probably inundated with a lot of contractors that weren't even familiar with what codes were.
They followed the storms and came here, and there was a lot of work for them, and they were just putting their signs up everywhere, which just litters the streets. So,
you also mentioned that you had 8 volunteers that work each way. So they probably live in those areas. Is that?
They do. We tried to work it the best we could, where they wouldn't have to drive out of their way, and just on their normal daily travel could pick up signs as they seen them. So it worked out pretty good. We've got them on each side of town. So,
What? I'm not sure if I were going to advertise a yard sale or something. Where is it illegal to place those kind of things?
light poles, city right away, which is where you see them. You're supposed to just advertise it in your yard. You can have a sign in your yard on your personal property, or in the paper or something like that. But what happens is they put them on the light poles or put the yard sale signs out on city right away over the weekend, and they don't take them up. So, and it's just litter.
What other kinds of signs do you get that are placed illegally?
Mostly just off-site business signs. Businesses putting their signs, on down the street and in other locations on city right-of-way.
Well, that's got to be a huge issue for you when it's political season. Is that
It is.
There's
an exemption for that, and we don't mess with them for a period of time during their exemption, and they have so long afterwards. So those are not that bad during the season. They put them where they're supposed to go.
Yeah.
Ones that might get placed wrong or have any kind of obstruction of traffic or view, we'll call them and they'll move it.
Oh, okay. And on a typical week, how many signs will you get that are picked up and actually brought into you guys?
We pick them up now. Nobody else can pick them up. We have to pick them up, and our codes enforcer will pick up 15 to 30 a week on a slow week.
Oh my goodness! I was going to ask you. You've only got one person on the street out there.
We do, and
he's already got a job, so he's actually doing that as well.
He's
right?
also the building inspector. Yes.
Right. Unbelievable. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great idea, I have to say.
Yeah, we're super excited. I think it's going to be a great help for Tullahoma and a great help for our department. And these were citizens that wanted to, really help out anyways. So we're excited.
So I would assume then, if you were doing something, you wanted to place a sign, and it sounds like there's not a lot of places you can do that, particularly on city property.
Correct. Yes.
Then you could probably always call your office and find
Absolutely.
out. It's pretty cut and dried, I guess, where what you can't do, and
Absolutely.
In respect to that. Well, it sounds it sounds pretty interesting. I bet you were happy to get the added responsibility to your department, since you got so many people that are helping.
Yes, we are very happy.
Obviously, you were since you were instrumental in initiating that program. Because I think you actually had to go to the board of mayor and aldermen, and you guys.
We did. We presented it to the board of mayor and aldermen to get their opinion on it, and they were all very supportive of it. So we decided to launch it off.
Yeah. Can if you pick up somebody's sign that's placed illegally, is it possible they can get it back?
Absolutely. We have a bin behind our building that we keep them in, and we'll contact them, or usually they'll contact us when they see that it's gone, and they can come up there and get it.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. Well, again, congratulations. Your office, by the way, just in case, because I know a lot of people aren't going to have the opportunity to deal with you, is located on
321 North Collins Street.
Okay.
It's the old former health department building next to the Imagination Station.
Okay.
And if you'd like to volunteer for the Sign Sweeper program, you can contact us.
Oh, okay. And your phone number over there is?
931-455-2282.
I was going to ask you, can you use more volunteers?
We can, yes.
Oh, okay. So just because you fill the 8 minimum doesn't mean you can't take additional volunteers if they'd like to be
Absolutely.
part of it.
Yeah, we would like a few more volunteers, just to, you may have 10 to begin with and only have 8 or 7 that are active. So we would definitely take more volunteers.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, it's a great program. Congratulations on your new job and on this program as well.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back in just a moment with more living right after this.
Mark, you've won just about everything there is to win in racing. What's next?
I'd like more people to know about ER Extra.
The emergency room at Harton Regional Medical Center?
I just want them to get the best care they can get.
That just gets me right here, Mark.
Maybe you'd like to pay him a visit.
ER Extra at Harton Regional Medical Center.
ER Extra. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
When you see the sign, The Main Event, take a close look inside at a hair studio that offers services by some of the best master stylists in Middle Tennessee. These stylists offer a list of services that compete with large city salons, from trendy cuts for men, women, and children to the latest color techniques, including highlights and bold color accents. Other services offered include permanent hair weaving and relaxing to formal hairstyle for that special occasion. You can also give yourself a very special treat with a full makeover, including full body waxing. For your convenience, we are open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until the last client leaves happy. Call and make your appointment at 931-571-8682 or stop by our Tullahoma location at 207 North Jackson Street. Pamper yourself at The Main Event today.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and Monday was Martin Luther King's celebration of Martin Luther King Day, and we had a great crowd in Tullahoma. I think this is the 8th year that there has been the MLK March in Tullahoma that starts at CD Stamps, goes to City Hall and back. And Andrew Todd and I were on the road and bring this video to you. Crowd that is there. This started at, people started gathering at 8 o'clock on Monday morning, and this is at CD Stamps, and it's a good looking crew there. And let me tell you what, it was kind of chilly outside, and they're getting some instruction right here about how they're going to line up. The police department was there, the firemen were there, a lot of people walking. And Reverend Tom Murdoch here in just a minute from the First Christian Church is going to come up and give a prayer. And what they did is they gathered there and had a prayer there, and then walked to City Hall to there's Tom right there. And we'll try to see if we can hear this. There's a lot of road noise down there. And right as Andrew was doing this, they turned. They were looking at him, and they turned to the crowd. So, but we're having a prayer there, and then these folks will line up and head downtown here in just a minute. But it was well attended, and what happens here is they go downtown, then come back from downtown to CD Stamps and go in and have breakfast, and then have some entertainment there and celebration throughout the day at CD Stamps Community Center. So well attended, to be as cold as it was, and it's marching in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King. There's some young ones there. That might be Annie Roan's children right there. I saw Annie's face, and there's Neil Leffler, and there's a lot of different ones marching down through there. And it's cold out there. They're bundled up, and but it's a good thing. And they're followed up by the Tullahoma Fire Department And coming up South Jackson Street. And it's cold outside, but they're here. Yeah, that's a good looking bunch right there. It's cold, but they're not cold. Look at them. Isn't that great? Tullahoma Fire Department behind them here, and they're walking towards City Hall. Here they come. Coming past the Fine Arts Center, headed up toward by KK's, up to Weichert Realtors and Joe Orr. That looks like the same group marching and singing. It's a cold morning, but there's happy folks. Happy folks. And here they come downtown now, pulling into the center lane, getting ready to come into City Hall. Been a long walk from CD Stamps, but they've made it in great spirit, celebrating Martin Luther King Day in Tullahoma.
Gather around the flagpole.
And they're going to the flagpole.
Ready to make some noise yet? Yeah! I don't think you're ready to make any noise yet. Yeah! I think we're quiet all day, right? The sun is shining, it's not raining, it's not too cold, and it's not too hot, right? Yeah. I know you're sweating like I am, right? All right. About that? Just like you are. As we like to do when we get to the flagpole here, this is the halfway point, and from here we're going back, and we made it so far, so give yourself a pat on the back. As we started, we had prayer, and then we're going to have prayer here. We get back to the flagpole, we're going to have prayer, and then we're going to eat breakfast. Well, whatever they have for us to eat. And then we're going to go in and we're going to have what we call a little reflection. Throughout the year, you know how God has blessed you and have songs, and some people probably want to testify. But we'll do that after we eat breakfast. Okay? I'm going to ask Pastor C if he'll come and lead us in prayer.
Father God, we come to you and we pray to you simply because you are God, and there is nothing too hard for you. God, let us first just say thank you for your goodness. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your mercy. God, we thank you for what you have done through your manservant and the dream that you have given to Dr. Martin Luther King. And God, that the dream yet is coming to fruition every day. God, I thank you for every leader. God, I thank you for every person that will stand up and bring unity among people. I thank you for every person that is represented right here around this flag that represents the multicultures that are here in America. God, I thank you for this town, and I thank you for what you're doing here. God, I thank you because you are breaking down the walls, God, that comes between man and that allows us to join together in unity. The flag itself stands for the United States, the freedom of religion, God, the freedom, the free country. And God, I pray that you will continue to move and allow that dream to come into fruition as we live out through these years. And even now, as the President of the United States is going through his inauguration right now, God, allow us to continue to bind together in unity and stand against every piece of, God, of prejudice, wherever it will stand and everywhere it sticks up its head. God, as we bind together as children of you, God, a people that will stand up in this country, God, and allow your hand to be moved throughout every work that we put forth, God. May you get the glory, God. Even as we march through this city, God, let people everywhere know that you yet rule and you that yet move through us, for we were born with purpose, and we shall fulfill the purpose. And God, we will yet move and live and come alive, that dream shall come to fruition through us, and we'll give you the glory with everything that we do. Thank you for every person that give their lives and every part that they play, whether it's through the police, whether it's through the firefighters, whether it's the mayor, whatever part that we play, God, we give you glory with everything that we do, for it all belongs to you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. And now they're headed back to CD Stands for Martin Luther King Day March in Tullahoma, Tennessee.
Citizens Tri-County Bank has the checking, loans, savings, and traditional banking services you want. Plus free internet banking and bill pay, bank your change, Visa gift card, and lots more state-of-the-art banking services. We focus on the service and services you want. So you can bank when, where, and how you want. At our offices or from just about anywhere. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank you'll ever need.
What is Rotary? We're a network of people like you. In fact, we're the original social network. More than 1 million of us live just about everywhere you can think of. And we mean everywhere. We get together to exchange ideas, grow our businesses, and make new friends. We volunteer to help our own communities or someone else's. We're right around the corner. Come join us. The name is Rotary. Rotary International. You're welcome.
This facility was built literally on the international date line to bring Charter customers tomorrow's technology first. Like Charter Internet, which was just made faster again. With speeds up to 100 megs, you can download a movie in 2 minutes. The #1 internet service provider in the nation. Click.
Fogelman, good luck with the presentation tomorrow.
Already nailed it.
Get Charter Internet Express for only $19.99 a month.
Welcome back to Living. One of my favorite events is coming up soon, and I have the person here that has taken care of this for many years. Kitty Shukla, Vice President, Trinity Care. Is that correct?
Yes, that is.
Okay. And we have brought with us a new member, President Marcy Barr. I am so glad you're here.
Thank you.
You're new to Tullahoma, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Fairly new. Well,
Yes.
we're delighted to have you and anxious to talk about today's cause, the Diamond Studded Evening.
Oh, yes.
When is it?
February 2nd, 1 week from this Saturday.
1 week from Saturday.
Yes.
Gets close, doesn't it?
It comes fast.
It comes very fast.
Every year.
Well, every year
faster.
it's an exciting event, and you go. I think it would be good to tell the people what Trinity Care Center is for those that don't know.
I'll be glad to. Trinity Care Center, it's an adult daycare and activities program. It became full-time program in 1993 September. It's Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. The main mission of the program is to provide respite to the caregivers who are trying to take care of their loved ones at home.
That is, if you have Alzheimer's patient at home and it often requires 24-hour-a-day care, your organization and your home, where is it located? On Clement?
It is on 708 First Avenue, right behind the Trinity Lutheran Church. Actually, the building does belong to the church, and they are letting us use it free.
And so you can just call that number, which is
455-0755. It is for any adults who need supervised care and cannot be left at home unsupervised. But and we have a whole day of activities planned for them.
So they stay busy. When they're there, they can associate with other people.
That is true.
And they have activities.
It's a place where they can come and make friends. And the purpose of activities is to keep them physically active as much as possible.
It's wonderful.
But also exercise their mind and hopefully slow down the process of memory loss and kind of, just like we exercise the body to keep it going, we need to exercise mind to keep it working well.
Marcy, what got you interested in this organization?
I enjoy helping in the community, and this was just an area of caregiving service that I felt was really important and really needed. And when I heard about the board and the Trinity Care Center,
you wanted to help out.
I
and
wanted
that's
to be
awesome.
a part of that.
Absolutely.
And so just started coming to the meetings, and I've enjoyed working with Kitty, and
well, she's the best.
She's super.
Well, I think it's important that the community know that this event that's coming up 1 week from Saturday.
Yes, it is, since we are a small non-profit organization,
you have to have
funds.
funds.
It is very vital
And
for our
I
program.
believe so if you want to get a reservation,
yes,
write that number down right now.
It's 455-0755. And the purpose of this, like I was telling you, it's very vital to our program because that allows us to take care of any needs of any family, irrespective of whether they can pay the fees or not. Since we are a nonprofit, we are, in this almost 20 years, we have never turned anybody away.
That's
we are there to
wonderful.
serve, but also we have to pay the bills.
You have to pay the bills. So that doesn't mean that everybody that comes there comes for free. There is a charge, but you work with the people with what they can afford.
That is right.
And anyone that's ever been a caretaker for an Alzheimer's patient, they really have a lot on them. And
Yes,
and
they
to
do.
have, just say you're going to have 8 hours, we can go do your shopping, you can just pamper yourself a little
or
bit.
just take care of your own health, because if you do not take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of someone for much longer.
Let's talk about the event.
Okay, let's
talk about it. It'll be
All
fun,
right.
fun. I've been. I love it.
I know. Believe it or not, this is the 8th year.
You're kidding. 8th
no,
year.
It's Diamond Stud. It's called Diamond Studded Evening.
I
It's
think
a
Mr.
dinner and dance and diamonds and live and silent auction. We also have raffle. And Jim Woodard has been very instrumental in helping us start this event, because he picks up the 80% cost of the gemstones and the diamonds that Care Center picks up 20%.
And every person that shows up, do they still get a gemstone?
They still get a complimentary pouch, either with a gemstone or there might be a diamond. We just don't know.
And what you need to do, if you're not sure, is just take it down to Jim Woodard's and let him tell you, is this a diamond, is this a gemstone? But regardless, it's a beautiful little stone.
It is. They are beautiful.
Whatever
and
happens.
The dinner and gala will be at Lakewood Country Club on February 2nd, which is Saturday, 1 week from this Saturday. The social hour starts at 6 o'clock. It's from 6 to 7. Then there's dinner at 7. From 6 till about 8:30, there is silent auction also going on. And about 8 to 8:45 is when we do the live auction. While all this going on, also we have 2 jewelries that we have picked out for raffle.
Oh, good.
Raffle tickets are $10 per
So
ticket.
you can buy raffle tickets once you get there.
Oh no, you
Or you
can
can buy
buy
before?
now.
You can
See,
buy
the
now? Okay.
purpose of this is that everybody doesn't feel that they can want to go to the dinner, but they want to participate. So anybody who wants to buy a raffle ticket, they can buy.
They just
do
simply
not
call
have
that
to be
number,
present.
or can they go somewhere and pick one up?
They can pick up from Woodard's. They can call the Care Center, and the person doesn't have to be present to win the raffle.
Oh,
if their
well, that's
name gets
good.
pulled,
then they get the.
They get it, irrespective of
Do you know
whether
what
they
any
are
of
or
the prizes are?
Yes, actually, one raffle, one jewelry is a piece of necklace. It is a white gold, and the stone is lab-created alexandrite. It's a
Oh, I love
beautiful
that.
purple.
It's beautiful,
and
yeah.
it's teardrop shaped, and it has some diamonds around it.
Wow!
It's retail would be close to $1,000.
Oh my goodness, that
And
certainly is
then,
worth it.
You know, last year the craze was chocolate and diamonds. This year it is black. So
It's black, so-
by the popular demand, this year we have ring, which is white and black diamonds on
Beautiful.
white gold.
So you have some really
Beautiful
expensive things that people can buy a
Right.
ticket for, and it's only $10 a ticket, and it's a wonderful cause.
And
Marcy,
also,
oh sorry,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go
They
ahead.
can go At Woodard's, they are displaying the jewelry so people can go and look at it before they make up their mind whether they want to buy the raffle tickets or not. And raffle tickets are right there, so they can just go look, buy the raffle tickets.
And if you don't know where Woodard's Jewelers is, it's in Northgate Mall, right dead center. You can't miss it. You walk in, it's the most beautiful place. I mean, it's just nice to go there and sit in front of it. It makes you look good.
And, and the tickets for the gala are $65 per person.
Per person. And is that tax deductible?
35 of that is tax deductible.
And that's always nice in the world of many taxes.
Yes. Yes.
Well, let's see, is there any last minute things you want to say? I know
I do need to recognize my sponsors. Can't do without them.
I know we must.
We have 4 levels of sponsorship, and the diamond level sponsors at $1,000 are Mary Warner Beard, American City Bank, Coca-Cola, Jacobs Technology, Dr. and Mrs. Sandip Shukla. Sapphire is Harton Regional Medical Center at $750, and Internal Medicine Associates at $750. Ruby is at $500. And those are Adult and Pediatric Dermatology of Tullahoma, SN Federal Credit Union, Citizens Tri-County Bank, Downtown Lions Club, Life Care Center of Tullahoma, Southern Community Bank, and the next level, or the last level, is Emerald at $300, and we have Tullahoma Vision, Dan and Mr. and Mrs. Dan and Fran Markham, Marvel Clinic, Morning Point of Tullahoma, Dr. and Mrs. Ward Barr, and Stan McNabb's dealerships.
I'm so touched that we have sponsors in our communities that's willing to step up and give to such an awesome cause.
We have been so blessed with all this wonderful support of the community all around.
Buy a ticket, call that number, go by Woodard's. Don't forget, Diamond Studded Evening, time of your life. Thank you, girls.
Thank you for having us, Peggy.
Nice to meet you.
It's always a pleasure.
We'll be back with more of Living.
This is J.D. Oliver here at the Smokehouse on Monteagle Mountain. My sisters Betsy, Nancy, and I'd like to thank you for supporting our family business for over 50 years.
Hello, this is Stella Parton, and I am standing here right in the middle of Jim Oliver's Smokehouse restaurant. But you need to come in here. We just got through doing a show. We also have a music scene going on here, and I want to invite you to come down because it is your mountain destination. Music on the Mountain in Monteagle, Tennessee.
My name's Betsy Oliver. I'm the kitchen manager here. We serve a lot of ribs and barbecue and fried chicken.
Hey, this is Sean Mayer, and I just want to let everybody know to stop in at the Smokehouse if you're ever on your way to Chattanooga or Nashville. They not only have a great gift shop, awesome food, great entertainment on Saturday nights, but beautiful cabins to stay in. Check it out.
Make the Smokehouse your mountain getaway destination. Stay in one of our 84 lodge rooms and 20 timber frame log cabins. Look around our trading posts and eat in our delicious restaurant. Enjoy Music on the Mountain every Saturday night featuring the best of Nashville. Our family hopes to see you this year at Jim Oliver Smokehouse.
Hi, Grandma. It's Jake. I'm calling to tell you I love you more than anything in the whole wide world, even ice cream. I love you more than spaghetti and meatballs. I love you more than snakes and monkeys and sharks and whales and praying mantises. Bye, Grandma. Love you.
Let it all in with Charter Phone, including unlimited local and long-distance calls.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and I have with me today Miss Tanya Wilkinson.
Yes.
Wilkinson.
Yes.
And Tanya is president this year of Keep Coffee County Beautiful. And well, congratulations for that.
Well, thank you.
Because I know my wife Fran was president last year, so
yes.
I know what's involved there. There's a lot of work involved there. And what we're here to present today is they're having their groundhog ball.
Yes, we are.
Which is that's one of your big fundraisers.
That is our biggest fundraiser of the year.
And this has been, I don't know, the groundhog ball's been going on probably for
25 years.
25 years.
This is our 25th year serving Coffee County.
And to let people know exactly what Keep Coffee County Beautiful does, that might be new people or folks that hadn't been around. Give us a little brief rundown of what some of the things that Coffee County Beautiful does and some of the services provided, and a couple of the things where when you help raise funds for Coffee County Beautiful, this is where that money goes.
Okay.
Okay? Just a little short.
We are an affiliate of Keep America Beautiful, so we are also involved in all the programs that they are affiliated with. So we do the Great American Cleanup in the spring. We do Keep Tullahoma. We did the fall cleanup here in Tullahoma.
Right.
We are involved in the recycle program in Tullahoma. We do a cleanup at the high school every year for the track and the football field.
Right, right.
This year we did the, I'm trying to think. We did the recycle down at the First Vision Bank. They did a shredding program.
Right.
So we were involved in that. We keep up the Memorial Gardens in Manchester, and we just
try to keep things clean.
Try to keep things clean, picked up. Try to inform people about cigarette butts.
Yeah, portable ashtrays.
Portable ashtrays.
I've got portable ashtrays in the front of my van. Anybody ever needs a portable ashtray, you see somebody throwing a cigarette butt down, I go, here's a portable ashtray.
Because it is against the law to throw out a cigarette, just like it is to throw out a cup.
Right. And don't y'all participate also in having you buy the ash
cans? Yes, and we
the things
also
at Bonnaroo. Don't you have a lot of that
we
stuff
do.
at Bonnaroo?
We have the
and
ash cans at Bonnaroo. We are involved a lot with the Bonnaroo people. We go out and we put them out, and then we count how many cigarette butts are left on the ground after Bonnaroo to see if our ash cans have helped. And hopefully every year it'll help with the cleanup.
Gets a little bit better, yeah, a little bit better.
This year we are going to do Root for Roo. They're going to start, which is they're going to sell trees that are going to be planted on the Bonnaroo grounds.
Right.
They'll put plaques on them. The trees are going to cost $500, and the tree will have a permanent plaque dedicated to somebody.
Right.
We are also involved in that project.
So these folks are out there trying to keep Coffee County, which Tullahoma is included in.
It is.
And it's one of these things where a lot of times Tullahoma and Manchester butt heads on a lot of stuff.
Oh, they do, yes.
But this is one place that I have felt like through the years where both towns come together for the service of the county, and that's to give us a bright, clean, good-looking county to live in, and for when folks come through. It's a great selling tool. If you're looking to bring people into your community and hopefully someone moves here, maybe a new business, and they come in and it's been after one of these cleanups and the streets are clean and everything's pristine looking and these trees you're talking about. And I know Keep Coffee County Beautiful did a great job, I think a year ago, in helping South Jackson Civic Center with their planting and trees and all of that stuff. And so it's beneficial to all of us in both communities to support this effort that you're trying to do.
It really is, because, and it's great for our children. We do school promotions and stuff. The children have to learn, that's where it starts.
Sure.
Because they're the ones that get their parents if they don't do what they're supposed to be doing. They're the ones that say, hey, you need to make sure that you're not throwing stuff out your window, Mom, because that's not right.
Yeah, and they'll do it. They
will.
Because
the children
we are
get
supposed to be the ones that we're the guide, and a lot of times the children take that over from us.
They sure do.
When we've done something. Something I've noticed, and it's not anywhere near as bad as it used to be. So someone is getting the point across. Because I can remember when you would go to the mall, go to a parking lot, and you would see where people had pulled their ashtray out of their car and just dumped it in the parking lot.
Yes.
You just don't see much of that anymore.
Well, most people aren't smoking in their vehicle in the same way. They throw them out the window now, and that's why we're worried. That's why we're doing the ashtray.
The place down, yeah.
Right. That's why we're trying to explain to people that is littering, because it is. It's something we all responsible for. It can start fires. It's not good for the animals. It takes forever for a cigarette butt to deteriorate. And,
Right.
You know, it's...
Yeah, I know when we were in the military, you'd smoke them if you got them. When you got through, you'd strip the paper off the butt because the paper would disintegrate.
Right.
And then put the butt in your pocket. But what we need to do right now before we run out of time is talk about the groundhog ball. This is going to be February the 16th. And it is, like you said, the 25th year, and this is going to be held where?
It is at the Lakewood Country Club. The social will start at 6 o'clock, and we have a Fat Cat playing. We also have...
Featuring John Cook.
Yes, John Cook.
Who just did jazz at Jackson and was phenomenal. Folks, this will be a good one.
And we also have a guest who is Blake Wybert. He will be playing before Fat Cat. So.
And what does he play?
He plays about a little bit of the blues, jazzy type stuff. He is a local boy too, so they're local bands, which is a great thing. You know, promoting our talent,
our arts.
Yes.
Local arts. Phone number for this is 728-6729. Or you can email at kccb@cafes.net. So that's how they can find you. This is great. It's great. It's always great fun. The groundhog ball is always great fun.
It is.
And that's February 16th. So you have plenty
casual.
of time now to make your plans.
Yes.
And get in touch with these folks.
Well, that's... It's our most important fundraiser. If we did not have the groundhog ball, we would not stay in business. Yeah. So everybody that comes, we really appreciate everything that you do for us.
Yeah, because it is about our town and it is about our county, and we all want to be just as pretty as we can be.
Yes, we do.
Tanya, thank you so much for being with us this morning, and good luck, and we'll see you at the groundhog ball.
Thank you.
Okay? We'll be right back after these messages.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
How can toys like these lead to a 6-year-old's death and leave another child permanently brain damaged? Because they're not toys at all. A safety message from your local fire department and this station.
Oh, there's my cat. Should I put her away?
Lighten it up a little bit.
How's this? Great.
Good.
There we go.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors, and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Cove Lake, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Martin Weekly, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, Rugby in the Big South Fork, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have joining us on the set now a couple of doctors, one of which you'll recognize, the other we're going to introduce you to today. Of course, we have Dr. Ed Lawson, from Lawson Holistic Chiropractic Clinic in Tullahoma, or at least that's what it used to be called. And then we're also pleased to have with us Dr. Dave Heinrich. And I think, Dave, you have actually purchased that practice. Is that what?
I did. It kind of came to the point where I was going to chiropractic school in St. Louis, and I came out for a public speaking class at Motlow here in Tullahoma, and I met my fiance there actually, and just one day, and then I moved out to the area at the same time that he was going on the road for a little bit. Right. And so just to make it easier for him so he didn't have to worry about the business while he was gone, we just took it over, and I've been with him for the last month, and it's been fantastic.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, has he converted you over to all these herbs and spices and things that he does to treat his patients?
I am a voodoo in training, I guess you want to say. But yes, I am. I'm learning more and more every day. Obviously, his expertise levels are extremely high with that sort of material. But between the two of us, we're able to teach each other things and help people in the best way possible.
Okay. I'm going to quit making jokes about Dr. Lawson's treatments, because I'm going to be honest, they actually work, and it's quite interesting over the years. And I don't know how long we've been doing this segment here, probably 3 or 4 years, maybe 5. But I've actually learned a lot from Dr. Lawson. I give him a hard time about it, but it actually works. And Dr. Lawson, you are going to do something pretty exciting over the next year.
Right.
I know you can't call the name of the group that you're going to be with them.
I was hired by a band to go on the road on their 2013 tour to be their chiropractor while they do the tour. And what that does is keep them in shape, keep them at a high performance level. And so it's pretty exciting. And then I'll be back every 4 to 8 weeks, and I'll work with Dr. Dave at that time. I'll do nutrition checks, consultations, and adjust. He does some adjusting techniques that I've always wanted to learn, so he's sharing those with me, and then I'm sharing my stuff with him. So it's a pretty good mix. He's a little more on the lighter force side than I am, which some of my patients really appreciate. But what's cool is with his, he went to Logan Chiropractic College, and there's a technique called Logan Basic, which is where you work with some of the ligaments in the pelvis to release the spine. Now, in acute situations when someone comes in and they're really hurting, with that technique you can actually do a lot to help them without having to, because sometimes a manual manipulation in certain acute situations can be contraindicated, meaning you might aggravate the situation a little bit.
Right.
Which in the long run it may be just fine, but the patient doesn't enjoy that treatment as much as, say, what he would do. And so that came in very handy in the past few weeks, because we had some patients come in because of a fall or something, or lifting something, and I was really excited to see what that would do for it, and it did quite well. It helped release it so we could get in there and do some things.
So you guys are actually complementing each other, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, very well.
Yeah, it's actually working out. It's fantastic. So far, so good.
And were you're from originally from Colorado?
I'm from Colorado. I'm about 20 miles south of Denver in Highlands Ranch area.
Was this your first time to come to Tennessee?
No, I've actually been kind of coming back and forth since December. My fiance in Hillsboro graduated from Middle Tennessee. She graduated in December last year for elementary education.
I see.
And so I've been kind of back and forth since then. We got engaged in July this last year, and so then the last couple months were full of, well, are you coming here or am I going there? And so she won, and here I am, and I couldn't be happier.
Right. Well, it's a great place to live. I think.
It's fantastic. It's so much nicer than just the hustle and bustle of suburbia, and it's nice to see some stars in the sky at night.
I bet. And I'm sure Ed's going to enjoy all this, all the scenery on this worldwide tour he's going on. But it'll be nice to get back here.
It is a world tour, which is pretty. They told me I would see stuff I've never seen before, and we go to Europe, and the tour ends in Australia in December, and there are breaks. I get to come home for those breaks, and I'll. What's interesting is this band's very disciplined, and so they like the fact that I was a prior Marine, because I'm used to structure, which they're highly structured. So I'm not sure if it's hard to imagine running back and forth across the stage and into the audience for 2 hours and singing full speed, without taking a break. And that's what this guy does. So it's amazing the endurance you have to sing really well and while you're doing all that. When I was in the Marine Corps, we would run and call cadence, and that would wear down on you a little while, and you start huffing and puffing. So it's pretty awesome to see singers, a lot of rock singers, they're really active, and they can sit there and belt out those songs. It didn't occur to me until until I started thinking about what my job would be, and that's to help be a trainer. And I'm like, oh yeah, they've got to be in really good shape to sing and run back and forth. So this party like a rock star, you can't do that and maintain that kind of. You can't do that and maintain that kind of endurance.
I think it's pretty neat that chiropractic would play into that.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I think it is too. A lot of professional athletes use them. Lance Armstrong always took his chiropractor with him for the postal team when they went and did a tour, the bicycling thing over there in France. The Tour de France, is that what it's called?
He's kidding, right, Doctor?
I don't know.
No,
Okay.
actually, Dr.
He brought some
Spencer-
other stuff with him too, but the chiropractor was most important, that's for sure.
Okay.
That's why he really won.
Dr. Spencer, it was his name.
Oh, okay.
And he does seminars to train in his technique, and it's kind of some of the unique stuff that we do, and this is how I got the job, because I do the voodoo stuff.
Okay.
And they wanted that kind of chiropractic on the road.
I really wish we could tell you the name of the band. We can't, but it's a major band, and it's not a band from Tullahoma. It's, and they play all over the world, and it's going to be a huge tour. And I know you're tickled to death to be able to get to do this.
I am. I'm very excited. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of fun. But what's cool is I have a home base to come back to.
Sure.
And work with everyday folks and Dr. Dave, and it's going to be great. It's going to be a good year for both of us.
Sounds like it. Dave, whatever got you interested in chiropractic?
I've actually wanted to be a chiropractor since 6th grade.
Really?
Before I'd ever been adjusted, didn't know anything about it. Parents had never been to a chiropractor. I guess I had heard my grandma talking about it one time, how she used to sneak out of the house, because my grandpa thought chiropractors were crazy. And so she used to sneak out of the house to get her migraines treated, but it was the only thing that would help. And so I always thought that was kind of neat. I don't know if I just liked the word chiropractor when I was in 6th grade or whatever, but over the years I kind of, it just made more sense to approach the body as the body, not just gulp a handful of pills and try to feel better and tough through it. When there's structural problems that are affecting the rest of your body, why not get those fixed and see what happens after that? And so as I went through college and all that, I went to University of Colorado Boulder in Colorado, obviously. And while I was up there, I was taking a lot of kinesiology classes and motion of the body and physiology, stuff like that. And I just found that the structure of the body and everything was just so interesting to me. And I'm a natural, I like to make people feel good, so that's, so I mean, it goes hand in hand with what I love to do, and there's not a day where I regret my decision, so.
It's amazing to me, Ed was kidding me about how old I was earlier, once he found out when I graduated from high school. But in my lifetime, the acceptance of chiropractors has just been unbelievable.
It's come a long way.
Yeah, you're right about when you're speaking of your grandmother there. Used to they weren't really that well thought of, and now everybody believes in that, and it's covered by insurance and a lot of
Well, they
cases.
used to put us in jail, and what's interesting is while they were in jail, they would adjust the jailers
Right.
and the other people in jail with them, and sometimes even the judges.
Yeah.
And then people would start lining up after they started working, and they're like, "Oh, I want to experience that," and because they would see before and after, and then so they'd end up adjusting everybody and. I just remembered I was doing that the other night. Anyway,
You were in jail then?
No, I wasn't in jail. I was visiting someone.
Okay.
And I started adjusting people out there while we were waiting. Okay, so anyway, I'm sorry to get off topic, but yeah, it's quite amazing. And I got to meet a chiropractor. He came to our school and spoke, and he was the most arrested chiropractor. I think he was jailed over 100 times, and he was over 100. And
Unbelievable.
I mean, he was still living from back in those days when it was a bad word.
My high times have changed.
Yes, they have. They've changed a lot.
Indeed.
Dave, you are already seeing patients now, Ben, I think.
I am, absolutely. Yep, we're still, it's business as usual around Lawson Holistic Chiropractic. Name hasn't changed, location hasn't changed. Basically, the last couple months I've been just going in with Dr. Lawson and observing how he treats the patients so that I can continue to treat them the same way that they've become accustomed to. And I think that's working out really well so far. And, you know, we're there Monday through Friday, so.
Okay, and you're seeing the number there on the screen there. That is still the number of the Lawson Holistic Chiropractic Clinic. So I'm sure that Dr. Dave, as Ed refers to him, will take good care of you down there. So if you have been going there, please continue to do so. And if you haven't, perhaps Dr. Dave will bring a new twist that you might enjoy as well.
Absolutely.
And when Ed gets back off the road, I'm sure he's going to have a lot of great stories to tell. So
we'll be following him on Facebook.
That's
we
right.
have a Facebook account, so we'll be following him as he goes around the world. So we'll have a little Ed tracker.
I think that's a great idea. Dave, you're going to do well at this. I think you're going to do well at this.
I hope so.
All right, guys, we're out of time.
Well, thank you
so much.
much.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
Welcome to Tullahoma. I'm looking forward to working with you. Ed, you know, you probably needed to be in jail, but anyway, hopefully that's not going to happen to you out here in the wide world as he goes on tour with a rock band, folks. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back in a moment with more living right after this.
This is Eli Manning on behalf of the American Red Cross. You can help the victims of thousands of disasters across the country each year. Disasters like the recent hurricanes. Please make a financial gift to the American Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund. This fund enables the Red Cross to provide shelter, food, counseling, and other assistance to the victims of disasters. To make a contribution, call 1-800-RED-CROSS or visit redcross.org. Thank you for your support.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Waiting around for things other people get right away just doesn't make much sense. Get high-speed Charter internet and enjoy downloads way faster than DSL.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is John Gray reporting for News Leader on 6, and I'm in the office of Dr. Dan Lawson, who has just returned from a wonderful week where his daughter reached the top 10 in the Miss America pageant, and what a wonderful experience that was for him and for Chandler and his whole family. During that time, there was a call meeting at the Tullahoma City School Board to discuss the contract extension for Dr. Lawson, and it was voted in a 4-3 vote that Dr. Lawson would receive a 2-year extension on his contract. And Dan, welcome home. Congratulations. And what's your response, or how do you feel about the board action that was taken recently while you were out of town, and what's your plan?
Right. Well, my position is a little unique in the school system in that I am the only employee in a school system that's voted on by a Board of Education. So there is always some individual consideration of every superintendent in the state. Certainly would love to have seen unanimity in a vote, but certainly also understand that as time goes on, there are differences of opinions, differences of ideas. Those aren't personal. Those aren't necessarily derogatory. They're just different. Our goal, our aspiration, our desire is to take what we have as a Board of Education and what I have as a superintendent, put those together and provide the best for 3,400 kids in a community of about 20,000 people. We expect to see great things happen. We expect to work collectively to make those great things happen. And both folks who supported the motion to extend and folks who were negative about the motion to extend have extended nothing but congratulations since that vote. And I think everybody's ready to do the job that we're expected to do. Bottom line, we've got much more important things to talk about than who's behind the superintendent's desk. We've got to talk about how to make our achievement high, how to make our standards rigorous, how to provide for careers for our kids, and how to make our community vibrant. And those are important things that, notwithstanding any vote, we're going to focus on as a Board of Education.
With that said, then, Dan, it seems to be, in my opinion, you have chosen to accept the extension of the contract.
Yeah, I would not have. By statute, a contract extension is something that has to have 15 days notice. So I knew that this was going to be discussed. I would not have asked board members to go through this process without a belief that I was going to accept that contract offer. So I have already advised Chairman Welsh of my intent to accept and have every reason to believe that I'm going to be here and have every reason to believe that we're going to try to make great things happen for our schools.
Thank you, sir. Now, what about that Miss America
stuff? Absolutely. That's the vote that really bothers me, John, because I know that Chandler Lawson is truly Miss America. She has always been my Miss America and always will be. But when I look at 53 kids who are among the most competitive young ladies between 17 and 24, and think about the fact that this time a week ago, my daughter was competing with those 53 kids, and this time last Saturday night, she's on stage singing, she's doing the swimsuit business, and she's doing the evening gown. I could not be more proud. Certainly it's been a life-changing experience for her. Certainly it's an experience that she and her family will treasure, and there's not a thing that I would change about that experience for her.
Win or lose, when you get to that point in that contest, the top 10, she has met people and made relationships that will last her and service her for the rest of her life.
Oh, absolutely. Where we have seen folks on TV and we have talked about people who change and make and break and do big things. Chandler has been right there with them and will have some opportunities that will open doors for the rest of her life. And what's really neat about that is too often we think about those kids in pageants as only in that dress or only in that swimsuit. Chandler's roommate is starting medical school this fall. Chandler is starting law school this fall. We had a group of terribly attractive, terribly bright, dedicated, hardworking young ladies who are going to do great things in the world, and Chandler is in the group of that. And a lot of that is attributable to what happened here in Tullahoma, what happened in our community, what happened in our local theaters, what happened in performing arts, and what happens in schools. And I'm terribly excited about that.
Dr. Dan Lawson, thank you, sir, for your time, and welcome home.
It's always good to be here.
Dr. Lawson's back from the Miss America contest and seems to be hard at work. The staff was at the study session last night, and they're all working hard and glad to have him back. And I hope that the board is starting a healing process and all realize that we're in it together. And the first thing we've got to worry about is not any contentiousness with one another, but that we're here to serve 3,500 students to the best of our ability.
It was a good meeting. It was a long meeting. There were a lot of people there that spoke favorably for Dr. Lawson. I believe there were 19 citizens that got up and spoke, and then the board had an opportunity to voice their opinions. I want to compliment you on the way you conducted that meeting. It was conducted very well, and you kept everybody sort of in check. There was nobody really got out of the way.
Well, thanks, John. It wasn't an easy meeting because there was a lot of emotions on both sides, but I really felt like we got through it.
Well, we had an interview with Dan earlier today, and he did announce that he will take the 2-year extension and is ready to, like you said, ready to get about the most important thing, and that is doing the best you can for your 3,500 students in the Tullahoma City School
That's
system.
exactly right. That's what our mission is, John.
Well, how many more years do you have on the board, Pat?
If I live that long through 2016, it'll be the end of my term presently that I'm serving on now.
Okay, well, we appreciate your service and your dedication to the school system and your professionalism in the way you carry that out.
And we appreciate your support also, John. Thank you.
The changes catch your eye, and you come to realize one can make a difference. Since 1915, Kiwanis International has touched millions of lives. When you help one child, you help the world. But one can make a difference.
We're back.
And where did the time
great
go?
Show. Another great show.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, we want you folks to remember Jim Oliver's Smokehouse. Go up there and get you some barbecue sauce. And we're 765 John Cook, the monster.
Oh, John.
is going to close the show. You'll get to see what we did. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.